trees. Oh, shepherd. Hello everybody and welcome to today's vlog. Today's vlog is actually sponsored by Dossier Perfumes, which I will get onto in a little while. But first of all, let me tell you about what we're going to do today. I am lucky enough to have been brought up in these fields, which is where I now keep my horses. My dad's owned them for 40 plus years, and these are actually the old tournament fields from when there used to be knights and kings and castles, and the world had got lots and lots of kings and lots of queens, and they were mainly all over England with all different kinds of properties, and every summer they would congregate here as part of the hunting season, mainly deer hunting season, and this is the tournament fields. So let me explain a little bit. This is North Nottinghamshire. We are just north of Clumber Park and Sherwood Forest and all of the really famous places that you will have heard in association with Robin Hood. This is Robin Hood country. Once upon a time, Sherwood Forest would have stretched over this land. Not anymore, unfortunately. Over there, in that direction, is a great big ridge, and it's a really beautiful natural ridge, and that runs from Blythe, which if you go up and down the A1 you've probably seen, goes from Blythe all the way to Furbeck, which is over in that direction. Now, since the medieval times, progress has kind of got in the way, so I can't show you geographically. Now there's the A1 in its place, but these were the fields just south of the ridge, which is about half a mile over there. The ridge, on top of the ridge, where the actual tournaments took place. That was where the kings and the knights, and they were jousting and doing all of the field games that they used to do as part of their summer fun. But down here would have been more busy, but equally as important. So down here there would have been blacksmith shops, there would have been leather tanners, there would have been saddlers, there would have been everything associated with that, dressmakers, everything that you could think of that a travelling, I suppose, fair, but bigger than a fair because it was nights and things like that. Everything that they would have needed would have been in these fields, which I've always found remarkable. One question that you can ask me, how do I know? Well, I know because over the years my dad has brought up so many artefacts. My dad has brought up so many arrowheads, axe heads, loads and loads of things, belt buckles. Obviously, what was he going to do with them? Keep them in a drawer? No, that's insanity. So everything went over to Doncaster Museum. So what I thought I would do today, and I've never done anything like this before here, even though I've grown up in these fields, I've spent my life in these fields, I have never done this before. I'm going to get the Ovulus out. Now, I don't have my phone on me just yet. I've left that in the car. I already have 10 words that I'm not going to say out loud, but I'm going to put them here now. So you will see some words here that I think is associated with that period of time. So just like I do normally when I do the iOvulus session, if any of those words come up, then brilliant. Now, we've been so successful with this in the past, and some words have really resonated. Some haven't at all, but some really have. So that's great. But I didn't want to talk about this in front of my phone because, you know, phones have ears, and I wanted it to be completely neutral so that anything that I say in front of the phone, in front of the Ovulus, comes out at the same time. Right, let's get on to today's sponsor. Today's highlighted perfume is this incredible floral violet from Dossier. Full market price is only £44 for this, which is 50 millilitres. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you've watched any of our videos before, you'll know that Dossier do specialise in dupes, where they've got some of the best noses in France that have worked with some of the top fashion houses and perfume houses to be able to come up with very remarkable dupes of existing perfumes and fragrances. Floral Violet is the same scent as Marc Jacobs Daisy. It's absolutely incredible and only a fraction of the price. Each of the perfumes comes with its own box, and I wear one of these perfumes at least one a week to make sure that I know all about the fragrance before I talk about it. So the top notes in floral violet is watermelon, pomelo and strawberry. The middle notes are violet, gardenia and jasmine, and the base notes are musk, vanilla and blonde woods. I can tell you now, this is absolutely beautiful. And again, for £44 to have the exact same smell as Marc Jacobs Daisy, it is so worth it. Check out the link, willmxkid10, willmxkid10. I will put that there to get your discount off your order. And again, Dossier, we really enjoy being brand partners with you here on YouTube, so thank you so much for your continued support. I thought for the sake of this I would walk from the part of the field that we use all the time, the bit that we've cleared and the bit that the horses are in, to a bit that is still a little bit scrubby, a little bit scrubland and still full of briars. The reason that I'm doing that is because in the next couple of weeks we do have a contractor on standby that's going to come and flail all of this off. So as great as it is to be able to record all of this, I also do like to record the progress that we've made in the field as well. So, a little bit more background about this place. The closest castle to here is Tickhill Castle, and as the crow flies, it is about a mile over the fields from here to Tickhill Castle. The next one from there is Conisbrough Castle. That is absolutely steeped in medieval history. But we have loads and loads and loads of medieval places around here. The main one being Thorn. Now, Thorn used to have a medieval castle very similar to that at Conisbrough, and Thorn is known to have been the royal hunting grounds for deers. So royalty from all over used to descend on this area and these fields every year for the royal tournaments and for the hunting. I have to apologise about the A1, it's an absolute nightmare, but what I'm going to do now is turn on the eye ovulus. So I've already told you what my 10 words are, and let's see whether or not anything still remains and lingers here. Right, let's turn the ovulus on and see what we get.
Ovulus on.
Ovulus on. Noun. I think we've had noun a few times before. So we are here in the fields in North Nottinghamshire, steeped in history. We moved on 3 years ago, but before that this field hadn't been touched at all in 30 years, as you can tell by all of the briars and the trees that are still here. So hopefully some of the history has been left here. Away. 100. Okay. Strange. Away. 100. Strange. Come. Strange, come. Am I the stranger? I'm the stranger that came about 40 years ago. Cannot. Strange, come, cannot. Oh, the person that's feeling that it's strange maybe can't come. They can't? Cannot? I don't know. Kind of makes sense though. It's almost like a sentence. What else do we have? Strange, come, cannot. Does the eye ovulus want to mention anything else? So we're just at the bottom of the field now. Walk around in a bit of a circle. Strange, come, cannot. That was almost like somebody wanted to give me a direct message. And then went away again. Maybe if I go back to the place in the field where that came out. Strange, come, cannot. I wonder if it's strange somebody remembering. Been. Strange come cannot been. I'm just coming up to the place again here where all of the words came out. The horses have made a little cabin area here, a little shelter in amongst the trees. Let's go in here and see whether or not this little area, this little den area, brings up anything else. Telepathy. Let me stand still a second in the middle of all of this. So this is a natural cavern underneath the trees that the horses have made. So here we are, and the word we have is telepathy. So I'm guessing that's somebody that can maybe talk to us, is it? There are certain areas where you go where it really starts talking, and then there are other times when it's really quite quiet. I'm just moving out from under the trees now. Object. There's nothing here apart from trees and a tree stump. Prayer. Wow, prayer. That is a great word. We have just been to the local church and actually said a prayer for a sick relative. Literally within the last half an hour. Prayer. Just out again now. Look at all the fruit on there, all the black currants. Ooh. Or blackberries, sorry. Let's see if there are any more words that come through. This is real time, by the way. I'm not turning the obulus off, I'm not turning it on. You are seeing it. Oh, spring. Yep, you are seeing it as I see it.
Maximum.
Prayer spring maximum. No. Oh. Prayer spring maximum. Again, there's another little cutout here where the horses have. I must say I am looking forward to having grass though. As much as it's beautiful having all of this undergrowth, I'm very much so looking forward to it being fields. Prayer spring maximum. Is there anything else going to come through? Another little dugout there that the horses have made. Is there anything about Old Nottinghamshire though? Anything about Old Nottinghamshire at all? About times how it used to be? We have another section down here in the other paddock, which has got some really lovely trees. Oh, shepherd. some trees under there. Shepherd. Knit. Oh, I think we've had knit before. Shepherd, knit. Well, shepherds, they have wool, and you knit with wool. Shepherd, knit. Shepherd, knit. Anything else going to come through? Anything at all? This is one of the bits that the horses just used for a bit of trail riding. Oh, I cannot wait for all that to come down. The field will look 10 times bigger when it's not covered in briars. Shepherd and knit. Let's go to another part. Oh, there was a part up here actually where we did find some old buckles and things like that, but they weren't old enough to be medieval. It did look like somebody had just thrown out a load of trash, but still, as we have taken medieval buckles off this land before, maybe it would resonate up here. So up here, and we've also seen loads of grass snakes on this bit as well. Just on that little bit of grass over there, we've seen adders, grass snakes, loads and loads and loads. No, nothing's coming through. Let's go around the other side. And then let's see whether or not that is it. And that is all we're going to get. Oh, leather! Oh my goodness. That is a massive one, leather.
Straight.
Straight. Leather, straight. And again, this is the area here where we have previously taken out lots of rubbish. There's still some rubbish bags that are in the ground there that are so disintegrated. Every time you try and pick them up, luckily the horses can't get into this bit, so they're not going to eat it. This is sectioned off. But yeah, that's where the rubbish was with all the buckles and things in. Right, so straight. And let's see. Wanted. Leather, straight, wanted. Well, you know, if these were tournament fields, I'm sure they were breaking tack left, right and centre. I know what I'm like riding. So I can imagine that they wanted straight leather. I wonder whether or not here was the bit where the saddlers were. That would also make lots of sense. And I guess there would have been shepherds for sheep. You have to eat something. And this was kings and queens, so I'm guessing that they would have had lots of different animals to be able to eat. Anyway, we're coming back up now to the bit that's already done. Wanted, straight, if. Wanted, straight, if. Nope, not getting anything come through. During the recording of this, I got some really tragic news that a member of my family had actually passed away. We got the news this morning that they weren't very well, so I'm going to stop talking to the Ovulus now. That's for many different reasons. We actually spent a few days with the gentleman that passed away just last month. If you look at our previous vlog, road trip around France, we went to stay with our relative for a few days. He was, in his retired years, a sheep farmer, so some might call a shepherd. on several acres in France near Limoges. We had the most wonderful 3 days down there with them as part of our road trip, and I'll never ever forget the kindness that he showed towards myself and William, and for that reason I'm going to dedicate this video to him. So many of the words that came through probably didn't mean anything when it came to tournaments or Nottinghamshire, but this is actually the village as well where that gentleman was born. We're all from here. This is our earth, as they say. And he was my dad's friend, best friend growing up, as well as my mum's cousin, and became my son's granddad. So Michael Roberts, rest in peace, and if any of those messages were from you, thank you. We have just been to church to pray for you, and thank you for everything. Thank you so much for watching. I've never done an Ovulus session before where somebody's actually passed away in the middle of it. That is truly heartbreaking, and even though it's the middle of the day, I do feel like I need a glass of wine. If you are new to willmxkid, or if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. At the side of the subscribe button is a little bell. If you click on that, you will get notifications of every time we upload. We adore going on adventures. We do loads of different stuff. We camp, we go on road trips, we play with the horses all of the time, or we're even here at the field doing bits and bobs. We enjoy being outdoors and active and product testing so much. If you want some exclusive content as well, in the link below you can become a member of our channel willmxkid, and you will get details of information that I just don't put out there for everybody. We do have a really special members club. Thank you so much for watching. This has genuinely never happened to me before, where something like this has happened in the middle of an Ovulus session. It's kind of special that the word shepherd came up and I'll take that with me forever. Thank you for watching. Did you like that vlog today?
Yeah.
And what do you do now?